I mean, that's the question, and I really don't know. Thank you so much, Frankie, and of course, Kassad and YMK. Dust2 to start us off, Chadney. It is a screamy map pool. We just got that veto locked in before we've got ready to lock horns. And it does seem Vitality have the edge on 1x bear and have long. A flash coming out, and Masuta wants blood. 3 to contest, they're blinded. He's really taking some chances on these jiggles. He's lost Zywa already in the process.
Bomb's gone B, however. They're straight in. Kyojin and Apex taking the fight.
Yeah, okay, Nico, Valda, tested. Nico's already knocking off heads, and Apex losing his as well.
That fake did not pull a single thing from that B rotation. The 3A defenders for OG standing tall, and now just Shox and Masuta making their way the long way around here through the backyard. They do have this P250 on Shox and a smoke, but to find 5 heads, this one ain't going to be easy.
Yeah, and especially OG's very nice adaptation. If Valda does release his crouch, there's a world where that head could roll. Valda will respond as the smoke is deployed. Oh. And they've responded with a smoke of their own. Yeah. Well, that's a complete nullification of the only resource they had. Great.
Cancel out that util right there and sit still for about 20 seconds. That's actually forced mantuu into lower tunnels here, so getting locked on it even further.
The hunt is on. Mantu's first frag is not yet locked in. It's going to be Masuta that's caught him.
USP picked up, so things are looking a little bit nicer. HP obviously still a bit of a drama, but if Shox can pull a fight, Valde might stand up into Masuta's aim.
As soon as that bullet leaves Alexi's USP, Valda does step into Masuta. Oh, he is a threatening presence already. 2 of them are tagged. And with 20 seconds, I mean, if he could just knock Alexi B off his perch, he'd have a solid shot, trying to play with the sound cues. Nico is tucked in tight. Flames to take next contact at the healthy one. Oh, that was close. Could have been another. Masuta, though, definitely going to be coming in hot. And the fact that he's joined ZywOo in some of the top players and highest stats of the tournament, that is so promising if he can maintain that form in this semi-final.
Yeah, great to see. This time last year, Masuta was still being touted as an absolute rookie, and now he's up there with the best of them. So going to be interesting to see if that form can continue here in the semi-final. And the same thing has to be said for the youngsters on OG. And I guess it's mainly just mantuu and that of Flames that we're looking at here. I think OG, their biggest enemy at times could be themselves. And they're going up against a championship caliber squad with the majority of their members. They're really not so seasoned in picking up those trophies. So I think that's going to be the tallest task from here, that mental hurdle. But Apex onto his standard force by Scout, having a look in towards this B bomb site. Valde.
Oh, they're going? They're going? Masuta's in. And there might be knocked straight back out. Oh, Apex's Scout finds 1. Valda, however, has denied all progress into that B site. A smoke for good measure, and Shox looking for his first frag of the game. Getting this semi-final bloodshed started early. Perhaps as he strolls towards Alexi B's passive doors hold, it will be a question of sound cues at this point if Shox does fancy himself a chance through doors.
Could have to be gifted one here, and I think we know from that OG EG game that we had where OG...
Look at that Deagle as well.
You like the pink?
Is this like what's the one we have? Print Stream.
Yeah.
It's a Print Stream-esque. I like the art style. Is that must be from the new Jobblies.
I don't know. If he buys it again, I can actually find the names. That's the cool thing with actually being in game. I can click around, tell you the skin names, who's got what, all that fun stuff. Will be an eco here for Vitality.
Practically a full one. Yeah, so Valda does manage to get 3, I believe, on this hold. Just that support from the doors. Everyone's attention is drawn towards those tags from mantuu. You can see he tagged up 2 of those 3 from Valda. I
think we need to have a discussion about mantuu here, Alex. It's a very big one, of course. The most recent news coming on through shocked the world. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. A nation in tears.
Well, it looks like ESL didn't get the memo, though. Yes, actually, we're living in our fantasy land. We still have mantuu representing the United Kingdom.
And just maybe to catch everybody up, I do believe he's a dual citizen of
yes.
Poland and the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, you know, you've got to give it to the Poles, and damn, mantuu is showing us exactly why. He is flying the Polish flag on HLTV now.
Yeah, so I think he did a...
50-50.
Yeah.
He did the DNA test, and he said on Twitter that he would take the nationality he got the majority in, and it was majority Eastern European. We lost him, folks. We lost him.
Wow, okay. That's a bit of a sad one right there.
But Polish CS needs some love as well.
That's true. Like, we don't have a flagship team at the moment.
They used to, but we've got, what, Mihu hanging around, Innocent hanging around. We need another name in that list, and... say the same for the UK. Smooth is tweeting about Valorant now. Nice one, mate.
Hopefully he's memeing. We got to get him on endpoint. Really bring the dream alive.
Yes, I can start getting excited about Mezzi again.
Got a bit of a 4-man alien out the gate here early from OG. There wasn't too much pressure towards long, so they're going to be able to close this down. And Flames, the hero, for OG in many of their games so far in IEM Summer. Yet to frag, yet to assist, yet to actually do any damage whatsoever, so kept very quiet, and he hasn't needed to. Vitality are taking their time. Slow crawl through Lower Dark, Apex, and Kyojin, the new boy, with oversight of ZywOo's AWP now scurrying on down. And some of these passive holds from OG in that EG game I prefaced before really sucked.
Ooh, well timed on the incendiary. Alexi's completely forced them out, and he'll actually drop a smoke on top, so that's going to guarantee maintained control. And ZywOo kind of nullified as well on that AWP crawl.
Oh, nice
good
nade.
damage. OG really in control so far. Here comes Vitality's good shot, first gunny. And Kyojin might be the first to take contact on A. It does seem like he's at least just inquiring as to any boosts and elevator headshots.
This is just going to be a standard A execute here. Look at this. We've got 4 players on catwalk right now. Masuda lingering around the mid doors. Enough utility here to set this up. And mantuu, well, he only has the scout to defend with.
Yeah, that's not quite the AWP he'd have dreamed of for a take like this. Trying to dip in and out of anti-flash, doesn't want to lose vision on this cross. It's a real opportunity for him to do some damage. He's missed his chance. They'll have to play retake. Oh, ZywOo nearly takes 2. Holding that rotate through tons, aggressive in mid. Now mantuu locked out, missing shots. He's getting opportunities, they're just not connecting, and now it does seem like OG, though they may have been in the right place, Vitality have done a very good job of locking down the site.
Save is the right call here, but this is a bit of a bonus. I think OG might have a look in. Valdo and Alexi through spawn, Flames and mantuu through long, and, well, ZywOo can close this one down from that flank at any point.
Yeah, whenever he decides he needs to, he doesn't actually need to at all. Damn, okay, so that's a Vitality special.
That was nice and quick.
Yeah, it's a standard A execute, but it doesn't feel standard when Vitality are throwing it at you.
Yeah, and here I think we might need to see adjustments very early out of OG to be a little bit more pressing towards middle, looking for opening picks, because already being exploited are these A executes. There's nothing wrong with playing a retake setup like that, but there's a big problem when you don't have any utility left to actually facilitate that retake, and that's what OG fell into in round number 4. But the guns are out. This will be the first full buy round for both teams.
Yeah, mantuu's got the big AWP this time, as opposed to Baby's first.
Held at bay from long again, but actually no presence from OG, so lacking the info as to what is possible out the doors. Flames and Alexi B are hanging around, and as we can see, Vitality are working on that mid control. Kyojin clearing out mid doors very silently. ZywOo, Apex, Masuda, Shox, all looking to join him here, and if they just rinse and repeat with these cat executes, they just need to flash mantuu off the line.
Well, that's step 1. Oh, it doesn't matter. Kyojin goes in dry. Okay. mantuu is rewarded and now stomaching a disadvantage. Just trampling all over their fallen comrade on short. And the entire squad is here. Could say the same for OG. They have a 3-man lean. Smoke's
deployed. Go through this.
It does look like it. Alexi advancing. Oh, and there's so much damage. The nades and the bullets hail in perfect unison. Alexi will take 2. Finally, ZywOo puts his name in the feed, but an ace clutch, I believe, is an order too far. Flashing them off. Perfect to get across. He's going to get a plant out of this. Just
this is a gift.
Off the basis of that flashbang. He'll be knocked off his arse very quickly as the util rains in. But well played to ZywOo for getting something out of that.
Yeah, they can take their time on this defuse as well. Looks like they're picking up the secondary AWP. They've found another AK for Flames here, so very good upgrades. Actually, they've denied that second op. They're happy just to go for the AK. So 3 AK scavenge, that's perfect with the AWP carried across, and really good gun round from OG. And you can see the difference maker was that opening kill. So it's curious that they've gone for a dry peek into mantuu. You can see just how easy this one is. Kyojin's aim, it is sharp, but it crouches on in. Gets taken on down. The AWP too powerful, and Alexi B, this is the jarring maneuvers. Yeah, those jarring maneuvers that you're seeing right there is exactly what Alexi B is going to need to do to stop the set pieces. Right. The mid to Bs, those A kind of takes. His job is going to be a difficult one here. Is back towards long. A little bit of a look in from Shox.
I suppose that is, yeah, the perfect opener. Shox. That's what you dream of when you're flying out of long doors.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and there may be more to it. mantuu's been called upon, and he has so far called the cross to pit safe. But little does he know, there's almost an entire French Counter-Strike squad looming around that corner, and as the smoke fades, it looks like ZywOo may be set in motion to hunt. Oh, mantuu not only cutting his thumb, he could go down here. He's just got himself back onto a safe. A run-boosted ZywOo with nothing to report. And they'll clear it all on contact. OG are not prepared for this. They're almost gambling elsewhere.
Oh dear, it feels like they might even give this one up if the A take comes on through.
Yeah, I think we might have it. Unless Flames is just capable of getting 2 to 3 frags.
This would have to be nutty. He's committed right now, so Flames actually might be wanting to contest this. Still no help from his team. The other 3 OG members are on B.
Yep, Flames basically, if you get 3 kills, we'll give you a go. ZywOo's hunting, he's getting sprayed down, Molotov down, and there's the save call made. Interesting, very modern day Counter-Strike.
Yeah, hedging their bets right there, so expecting the rotation, and that one is a gamble going right. Thought it was going to be red on the roulette table, turns out it was green.
Magic numbers 3, Chad, they just put Flames as a sacrificial lamb, I suppose.
Yeah, that's always a rough one to swallow right there. And Dust2 is a difficult map for the CTs to push for info, right? A couple of the avenues we expect is a couple of players linking in towards upper dark. Pushing through mid door is very dangerous. You have to worry about lower, Xbox, cat, back of cat, green box, bloody palm tree, death alley, T-spawn. The list goes on.
But Shock's flying out of those doors and practically winning the round upon that entry frag. Everything else just hinged on that sacrificial Flames.
Shox is just containing here as well. I don't think he's going to find anything on the exit. No need for the OG members of mantuu, Valda, and Nico to move a muscle. Bomb goes off, loss bonus comes on in, and there will be enough money for Nico and Valda to drop rifles for Alexi and Flames respectively. So another gun round on the cards here for round number 7.
His own flash. Take notes, everyone. Full 360, straight to the head of the finishing game leader.
Good util here.
Yeah. Perfect util for the task at hand there from Apex. So 2 now for Vitality, and they've managed to return to control after conceding that previous.
Doing the 3-man default towards upper tunnels again, and they just want to leer in for this long control. Cannot pick before that smoke blooms, but they will establish themselves with that pit side now. So Flames can post on up. mantuu with a nade of his own, and Flames is actually going to push on this one.
Ooh, Nico's got a lot more than he may bargain for. He's still got his nade out. He's hearing steps now. He knows he's called upon Alexi. He just takes the fight. Kyojin's prepared. A silenced M4. No tracer fire to fear. Fast flank from Flames. Could catch something. ZywOo's got an AWP, dude. You're not going to last long. mantuu does catch him. And his AWP's connecting. Big defense. Trying to make a round out of this now. They are detached from the B site. mantuu advancing down mid. Alexi in support. Oh, he's tested. Shox, you brave boy. Peeks straight into the mouth of mid. And he's won the round off the back of that. mantuu was starting to heat up.
Well, they want to take Alexi's rifle away now. This could actually mean the difference between a saved gun and not, obviously. But Alexi looks like he just wants to sit on back here. Doesn't want to take any fights. Doesn't want to see if he can try and pick up that AWP.
Wonder if Shox is going to grab an AWP for ZywOo on that T-side AWP. Wasn't required in the previous. Oh, Kyojin is having a look as well.
Are they going to jump on in? Shox is looking like he's coming back towards A. They might even just jump down to clear him. The flashes are great. Oh, then they're in.
Well, you said it would be a bit of a difference maker, and the AWP is recovered for Mr. Wu.
Yeah, see, now they have nothing over there for OG, right? You can see we're talking 1.9 on the low end for the Danes, and then we've got 2.9 on the high end for Flames and mantuu. So that M4 meant that maybe they could try and set up for an aggressive maneuver, but now it's probably just going to be quite an honest save. Nice 2 kills there from mantuu, and then unfortunately he's just dropping off as Shox picks on out. You can see him there caught mid-air, so fortunate on the timing. And Shox here with another big kill, so good stuff to deny any pressure moving into round number 8.
As discussed, though, OG, they've been feeling those good vibes, right? Like, they've been living that boot camp lifestyle.
At Valda's house, having bloody barbecues, like Launders is there.
It looked like a lot of fun, but I can also, you know, imagine, and I'm aware of how much that juice that's going to add to the tank of a team that's starting to form and starting to succeed. Not only that, they're in the semi-finals, camaraderie's high, morale is high, motivation as well, I'd imagine. So there's a lot of unity for OG, and this is a deep run for them. The fact that they're up against a Vitality and, well, in some people's eyes, coming in as a favorite. It's new territory for them, especially for some of the newcomers.
Yeah, I don't think the 1x bet odds were favoring them at the start of the game, surprisingly, but it's easy to see why they would be, right? They get themselves straight into the semis. They're looking hot to trot. Vitality are in this rebuilding format. And then you look at the Vitality we've got throughout this event. They're playing some great CS. We've got MVP level ZywOo. We've got Kyojin as a rookie looking sharper. Contributions from Masuta now as a star player. And they're just going to mop up this eco here. No dramas whatsoever. And this is where I want to, you know, start that conversation about OG and being their own worst enemy in a lot of these times, right? They need that flair to get them across the line, I think, in certain situations, as opposed to just locking up. And I think online Counter-Strike is the best place to take a few more of those risks. When we look at LAN, right? Okay, maybe the safer style will work because players won't go for as many audacious maneuvers, but online I feel like you need that finisher, and I think it has to be Alexi, right? When the going gets tough or someone needs to make a play, that's when I'm going to look to actually maybe even Nico now. Remember some of those maneuvers he had for Heroic back in the day? So maybe once he gets that confidence or he starts feeling he can facilitate those same type of plays in this team, that could be maybe the cherry on top of this OG cake.
Oh, 100%. I think Nico was a very big closer, or a closing component of Heroic's roster. So, smokes are back on the cross. Most CT sides these days are deploying one of their 5 to ensure safe passage. I think just the amount of tags that can be landed now in a modern day and professional game. mantuu takes down Shox, but it's not over yet. They're into B, and the flashes are great. Nico's crossfire is working wonders. Valda mows him down. And Vitality, they are 0 for 2 on their B hits. Another one falls flat as a pancake. Apex perhaps has more to say about this one. It's a 1v4 scenario.
Another kill would be great here for Apex. He knows what type of financial damage he can do.
Flames is holding this smoke. He's even made it clear. Apex trying to nutmeg. He strolls through. Chances this time go awry. 5 for OG. And that's important for their finances. Don't forget, just stomached an eco. Now they put themselves back on the board, and mantuu will even get to treat himself to armor with his AWP this time.
Oh, isn't that a lovely little luxury? They've dropped the guns across. They are going to make this one work here, and just locking it down on B. But if we take note of these reactive plays that Vitality are going for, Shox is off lurking somewhere, or they send somebody out for a bit of map control and a pick. Once they establish that, once that's photographed across the map, you see the pack just exploding. 3 to 4 members of Vitality scurrying on out, and if they trade efficiently, well, we all know what that means. The round's pretty much done and dusted right there. Kyojin, long control, nobody's crossed. That is huge information for Apex to work with right now. High alert on, is there more aggression mid? Is there more aggression with a short boost? So they can take their time, Vitality, and hedge their bets. And with Kyojin pushing out, this is so much room.
Ooh, boy, he's fully committed to that on the blue bin. The flashes will bail him out of trouble, and he's forced them back. So that's mission accomplished in terms of taking space.
They're in limbo right now. OG CT setup is going to suck if an A-split comes on in.
I think he's heard it. mantuu, that was enough of a sound cue towards Xbox. And Incendiary and a double HE. Oh, and a spray as well. Some serious damage. Apex going to be calling for the backlines. There's more nades. That's a good one. Look at the damage. Shox and masuuta. They've got blood coming out of their eardrums.
Kyojin can make the difference here.
Oh, Vitality. The walking wounded now, limping towards short. And it looks like OG are going for a bit of a spicy one. Walking up for the flank. Bloody, don't see this one every day, do you? Certainly not with 3 of them.
They weren't expected this quick,
and it's so quick. They might even extinguish and go. Oh, Shox is unprepared. ZywOo's not looking. And that is brilliant from OG.
Whew. All right, love the reactions there from both teams. That was great to see. The nade usage really on point for OG. And I thought that they were screwed because you could see that position they were in was limbo. Flames and Alexi B combining to slow them down on short. And then this, just in the back, not expecting 3 players, quick as you like. And they're up to 6 to 4. Guns will be back out again for Vitality to get the AWP out. The AKs are looking good. The money is still pretty flush for round number 11, but things are going to get more difficult. Straight down mid, it's a fast control. mantuu with the AWP again, this time not going to connect. Under pressure, bullets through the door, and actually he wants to get on out of dodge, repositioning towards CT, and again, a bullet just not landing.
Yeah, I don't know what Apex's trousers are made out of, but it's sterner stuff than Kevlar.
A lot of info this time round for Flames at long. These teams are almost swapping long info, right? This time Flames is just able to jiggle back and forth, and the fact that he's not experiencing too much contact means they can gamble this is going to either be a mid to B or an A hit. And Alexi B off of that info drops another great nade. masuuta and Kyojin down to half HP.
Yeah, we'll check in with utility damage, Chad, as we get this one underway. Round 11 about to take place and take shape. masuuta dropping out 1. We'll have a second smoke. This has worked every time for Vitality so far. No Alexi to fumble things early, but in front of the smoke, they run straight into the M4. Double on the defense. Smoked off. Oh, mantuu takes the head off. No bomb plan from Apex. Only Shox now and ZywOo to try and voice concerns. ZywOo very late to the party. Has pressed his eye to the scope, but loudly. Flames aware, or at least in a position to punish. This is a spotless defense for round 11.
Yeah, really getting some steam under themselves now, OG. I feel like ZywOo might want to hold on to this. A 1-on-5, 30 seconds left. Probably not the round.
I mean, previously, Alexi made like that short fight impossible. What are they doing to avoid it this time? They're jumping in front of that CT smoke, and who's ready this time with the alternate angle for the fight? It's Alexi. He's really dealt with the A take so far.
Yeah, doing a great job on this. And if we want to have a look at that utility damage you were just talking about, Alexi be leading the charge there as well. 237 to his name. 11 rounds of play. You look at mantuu, he's got 170. Nico's got himself with 107. So the nades are working wonders here. Really help him soften up these Vitality members. The saved AWP, well, it is in the right hands. It is the man you want to see with the big green. Here it is again, just dropping on down. These are the two players that the nade dunked on, so his life even easier with that spray transfer. And mantuu making sure they can't cross towards the site. Nice little reaction there onto Apex. Looking good now, 7-4, and it's going to be a, wow, kind of force by half by situation here. Shox has got an AK, there's some upgraded pistols as well, the light util and the AWP, so banking on either Shox or ZywOo to offer them up a bit of an opening frag here.
Interesting setup. Alexi's just there to support Flames if he feels threatened. Shox has not made too much of a song and dance about this, and there is a molly to stop Shox from the nutmeg. Oh, Alexi gets the info. He's ahead of the molly. Flames, though, close and punishes him. Perfect team play for an opening. Shox had no options there, and that was one of the rifles.
Oh, Apex want to get his hands on this. Well, he traded, so AK's been picked up by Flames. Apex gets the M4 and almost through the smoke. He's taking down Flames. That's an equalizer.
Oh, it's a problem as well if ZywOo wins this duel. It's Kyojin that does it for him.
Uh-oh.
Deagle headshot. Very uncomfortable now for that A defense. Alexi's on long. He wants to focus short. He hears them crossing into the site. Ooh, that smoke might help him at least close the gap. An element of surprise here. Kyojin's looking the wrong way. The bomb is down. Alexi can win it all. ZywOo tagged up on the box. He's not been cleared. It's Nico to find him. Big response from OG. Things will not fall out of control. Defuse coming in. And it looks like Apex just taking a little too long about it.
Decent attempt there from Apex, just trying to make it as costly as possible. The round was definitely lost. And with that buy, it wasn't the full investment, right? It was a half buy from Vitality. We can see the full purchase coming in now. They got 2,900 coming into this round with that bomb plan. So splash for cash. What's the mix-up going to be? Those reactive plays have helped them get the 4 rounds where they've been a bit explosive and then just steamrolled over the top of the OG defense. They're out long. It's going to be a biff this time round. Kyojin towards the blue bin. Lots of mollies, lots of flashes, and OG don't want anything to do with it. They're dropping out.
They can't drop. Edge of the smoke. mantuu is very alert, but he has used this opportunity to reposition to the site and gone unpunished. I say that. Shox catches him.
But they're going through. This is quick.
They've got full short control. They're going for a double long flank. Yo, it requires Flames and Valda to somehow hit something on the cross, and they have crossed without the smoke. Valda's at least enabled for one. And here comes the flank test as well. Apex spots out Alexi B. Doesn't confirm there's two of them. He's faffing around with his smoke. He's dead. Now they really are in a tight box. The bomb is still yet to be planted. Kyojin's doing the flashbang dance. They're all flashed in the open. Masuta bails him out of trouble. ZywOo hit his shot as well. Problem for Flames. They've had a quiet start to the CT side, and with 46 points of health and 3 still to find, this one is a little too tall of an order.
Oh, it's just going to be the save here. So another round with Vitality. They're quick to react, and that time the dry swing on towards spawn. Very big difference maker right there. If it was the smokes and cross, that would have allowed that flank to come in. Both CT players would have probably survived, and they could have worked together to try and close in on that retake. But this has some ramifications for that CT side at Economy. We have just seen 4 rounds in a row from OG, finally broken now. But that means that the loss bonus is only going to be 1,400, and we're getting towards the tail end here of this first half. Do OG want to invest what they have? We're going to be talking in the realms of about 3.5, just under 4K for most of the players. Nico will be able to drop an orb. Flames can drop across an SMG, a Deagle, something a bit lighter, or do they just want to go for a half buy now, a full buy in the next, and try and get that 9-6?
I'm about to see the answer. Nico starts spending
Oh,
his money.
Yep.
Okay, so they are looking for that 10.
we did have some critiques, or at least I did, last time around when we had
That's
OG.
right.
They found themselves in those situations where they had those almost double eco rounds, but they did have big leads in those games, and they went forward in most of the maps other than D2 against EG to close. So looks like this time they're playing here for as many rounds as possible.
So did get that run boost. He might try and take it onto Nico early.
Ouch.
He did. Molly's forced him back. In the meantime, yeah, Long has been lost.
Nico's on his own here. He needs to be careful.
Oh, panics. They're pushing ahead of the smoke. Flash is perfect. And Nico's still holding down Mouse. One
that's
gets two.
huge.
How does he get a second out of that? Never mind a
Beautiful.
third. Against the swinging AWP, and OG lock it down. Nico locks it down. That's high impact from the Dane.
Oh, and on a risky round right there, you think about the economy if we went into round number 15 without them keeping everybody alive here, would have been pittances.
Yeah, B is a disaster. I mean, the fact that the flash was perfect, like, I don't know if you can fault Vitality in that respect. Like, the player that killed you all was fully blinded.
You can see why they reacted as well. Volde got the kill through the smoke at Long. Volde is normally a B player with Nico,
sure.
right? So it's like, oh, they're doing the 4-man A-lane, right? That's a pretty good guesstimation to make. And they just run into one man who just locks it down, the other Dane.
Ugh. Tough one to stomach. Lots of AKs in play for the CTs. Those one-shot headshots will be a threat. As is Zywoo when the AWP is in play. He's going to be looking to try and forge a path up mid. Short.
It's a pressure mid here, and the short defenders would have heard some of that jump peeking towards Long out of the OG players. Flames is the one rotating back. He only has the AK here. They've left mantuu towards long doors, so against the cat execute, Flames is going to have to hit some crazy one-taps.
Oh, he gets across, but they are swinging. They're swinging, and they're swinging fast and wide. So many targets. The nade is great. The spray is better. Catches the head of Shocks, keeping them at arm's length at this point. And then Zywoo opening up the site, or at least the attempt. Oh, he can deny that. He could try as soon as that bomb head exposed. Valda will take another one down. Apex's next attempted victim. Smoke does help them just at least take these fights. But now Vitality with the bomb ticking and the frags starting to fall their way, looking to end the half on a 6th. Alexi trying to change my mind. Oh, great shot onto Zywoo. Won't be making it a second. And we will end 9-6. Okay, OG bringing the fight and bringing it to Vitality on their map pick. We're breaking it down as the semi-final continues. The first of IEM summer, right after the break.
Introducing the ESL Pro Tour DHL MVP. Expert analysis.
He's going to get that shot, and that has to feel a little bit good. Out middle of the air to take down Alex, and now they're pushing. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! He takes
The best performances.
He's already got 3 and 4 and 5.
And fan voting.
He needs a multi-kill, first found, Twist aggressing. They have to double peek, he's getting his shot, he's hitting another one! Simple!
Who delivered best?
Unbelievable! 9-6 on Dust2. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. We're getting it started here. It's about 5 p.m. local, live from the studio in Cologne. We're getting into the big one. It is the semi-final, the first of our 2 semi-finals today for IEM Summer. This is our first real taste test prior to a very stacked summer of Counter-Strike events. We're starting to see the form of some of the teams coming into this one. Vitality, a hot prospect. It seems OG a little hotter, at least in the first half. And it's their turn to dictate the pace. They are on the T side. Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be pressing those numbers and more all the way to 0. As our observer, Chad is with me for the smart words. And they're walking through tons off that Xbox. Smoke, wall off the flash, and Alexi is dead, as is his util, as is OG's whole game plan for this pistol.
Yeah, things are going to get difficult now. They need a trade, and they need it now. Shock's under pressure, but he's hanging around. Flames is looking for the kill, and he's going to get it. Lots of pressure towards A here.
They're going.
Rotated over.
Oh, Kyojin, 1 tap, 2 taps, and now just making good on the 3rd. That's the pistol locked down. Valda doesn't get to say a thing. And that little bit of aggression coming out from the CT pistol, it's so provocative. OG just didn't have a chance to set their plan in motion.
That flash was beautiful, right? You can see so many white OG members there unable to see a bloody thing. And, well, if you can profit in the first, you force them into A. And Kyojin, the rookie, hits a couple of big ones like that, easy as you like. There's one thing you can't critique this guy for, and that's his aim, right? Yeah. His aim is fantastic. He's very, very sharp. 3 headshots there. We saw it yesterday within that quarterfinal against VP on the P250. Inferno getting it done. And right now, we're seeing a force buy. mantuu into a scout, upgraded pistols for the other 4. And, wow, speaking of upgraded weapons, Masuta's into the M4. He's going to be holding down towards backup platform. And if they do go for a mid to B split, he's got a really good weapon for the job in a great position. We'll be able to just lay those 30 bullets down. Looks like they're not heading over towards B, at least now. They're just going for a default spread with pistols, right? You got Valda outside long, dealing with any pushes, recalling any information over towards Alexi. Flames and Alexi towards those mid doors. mantuu towards green box, just helping out if anybody swings out cat or middle. And Nico dealing with that upper dark push. Now, they do have enough smokes to go for a set piece over towards A, but they need to go through their paces here first. Cross their T's, dot their I's, and get this short control. And we can see it's being gifted. They're actually just going to jiggle around the corner here. So not giving away any sound cues, not using any extra utility. This is all going to help with the sight hit.
They would love to be baiting ZywOo's incendiary prior to the push, because that can really ruin everything. Boom. Boom. Flames, some sound cues.
Oh, they're going mid to B, I think. This is a perfect crossfire. Apex is on the box.
Yeah, he's going to have a lovely headshot angle here, and Shox is already cocking a flash. Thinks better of it. Apex. Oh, he drops off. Just as they drop their smokes, he had the perfect position. Now just a blind spray. Shox confirms presence on B, and just like that, it's all gone. Oh, in the blink of an eye, Masuta and Shox just fill the feed. It's only Nico's deagle. And he's dreaming of a headshot. That's on him in my book. It won't go through. Vitality do fend off the force, and we're going to be tying things up soon.
Yeah, good stuff there. And like Masuta with that rifle, right? Imagine if both players had SMGs on the site, and then Shox and Masuta are defending from window and doors with SMGs only. Right? That M4 makes life a little bit easier.
Look at them bursting through that CT smoke. There was no hopes for OG. Very quick reactions from the defense, as it should be.
What do we get on the deck here? 2 P250s and a deagle, so not a complete eco out of OG. They're still investing a little bit of moolah. Nice nade from Kyojin there. Hasn't gone all the way through, but that's actually helped him on out with the damage. Flames chipped on down to just above 38. Well, I was going to say just below 40. That's probably more where I should have been going with that.
Oh, they actually landed the dink, so Kyojin will fall. And oi. If Nico got the second into the center of mass there, we could have actually seen a bit of a snowball effect. Alexi desperately trying to tame that FAMAS. mantuu has gone long range. Go on. With that P250. We'll go 9-9.
Guns can come out now. mantuu can get into the AWP if he sees fit. AKs for everybody else are looking pretty good here. And if we just have a look at the T spawns right now, Alexi is the only one with a good one towards long. Everybody else has spawned mainly towards B, and Nico in no man's land. So I don't think we'll be seeing a biff towards the long position by any means. You can see here, perfect little illustration on the bird's eye view. Normally you want a couple more spawns to help facilitate this. Oh, it's a 3-man short, or at least 2-man short boost here, so it's going to be faster Aggression on mid from Shox. He's pushing straight up. Oh, okay, dealt with.
Big find from mantuu. He just got on the box as well. Vitality on a very early disadvantage, and it seems they want to just go immediately into the B contact. And that would be the perfect call. As you see, the CT is looking for info and trying to gamble, this time incorrectly. Even Masuta's vacating B. I think the smoke onto the doors will lock him out. He'll have to either push through or just play passive. It's up to OG now. How much will they just believe in this B call? They're gathered, and as soon as they walk in, the round and the site will be theirs.
Are they just going to save, or are they actually going to have a crack on this? Masuta's still hanging around doors. Apex is coming as well. A little bit of unconfirmed damage there. Slightly more with the nade, but it's not worth giving away. We're talking 3 M4s and a FAMAS here. So site's given up, round's given up, and OG, they get back in the lead here. This will be 10. I think the information played out in a similar fashion. You know how we were in the other half and I mentioned, oh yeah, this player, Valde, is traditionally the B player. Same with Shox in that situation, right? They pushed him up cat. He goes down early. Okay, well, if we can isolate the rotations, if we can keep our ears on that. Oh.
Wow, quick reactions from Kyojin there. He saved his hide.
That's an interesting angle Alexi was playing as well. That's not a common clear by any means. Trying to do damage here as they exit. They can all live in upper tunnels. The HP is plentiful.
Apex, what are you up to? He's going to push for something. He is going to take away Flames at least. mantuu holds onto his AWP. Okay, nice little bit of punishment there. Plenty of cash to splash regardless.
We're going to see ZywOo get into the AWP here. That's the question. Shox can buy one instead, and we saw him doing a lot of AWPing on Vertigo, right? I'm not sure that that's too much of a problem. I think even if they keep it map specific, this isn't like a Kenny Shox situation, right? It's not like with Kenny where he needed to have that AWP. I think ZywOo, very proficient rifler in his own right. And here's Alexi with solo mid control, just straight on down, knife out the whole. He's already out mid doors.
Yeah, and unchecked until Apex arrives. It's already smoked. Apex will respond in kind.
They're just going B.
Alexi, he's going for this fight. Masuta does get a little bit of a dink through the doors, in fact converts. Big success from the defenders so far. More to come. Shox and Masuta batten down the hatches. Apex even chipping in from the back of the doors. This one has fallen completely foul. Far of the mark. And so mantuu back to where it all started without the 4 compadres he had.
Just a quick note, Apex is up to 18 kills.
Can we look at that pixel angle Kyojin's holding? Is that does he see them when they walk through that tiny little white hole?
I don't think so.
While he was staring at it, I thought it might have been something I'd never seen before. Either way, he converts. And yeah, a suspicious white pixel aside. 10 to 10. Ready to get this party underway with its, what, 4.4k on the mid. Ooh, okay, a couple of people won't be able to afford this one. We'll see Kyojin catching that mantuu AWP. No hope for him bringing that into the next.
Oh, he's really feeling himself today. Apex getting the boys fired on up here, and the double AWPs are out for the CT side. We are seeing OG invest a bit of cash. Alexi B straight into an AK. Some pistols being bought around it here. So Alexi really a lot of pressure on himself to find a frag.
Give him the Shox treatment right back. Oh no, not to be. Not today. Richard's having none of it, and they're up cap. Will the Molly stop him? No, but Kyojin will. Oh, it's clean. Knocks any hopes of making this hero AK round work. They had armor and pistols around as well.
Yeah, that's really just putting all of the eggs in the Alexi basket, right? If he gets a kill at long and gets out with some space, then yeah, they'll be able to run up short.
And he can go like, what, Mach 10 in the next?
Yeah, it's just a curious one right there, right? You see how early that was. There was no nuance to that round. It was just throwing force at the problem. And they've been denied. Vitality up to 11 rounds here. And Apex has 14 grand. He is looking absolutely stacked. 18 kills. He had a great performance on Vertigo yesterday as well, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think he's getting drinks for the whole bar in celebrations of a semi-final, should he convert.
Some good stuff out of the in-game leader here for Vitality. And the fact everybody else is just chipping in. We got 13 for Masuta, Kyojin on 13, Shox on 11. ZywOo only has 10 kills, and we're talking an 11-10 scoreline. Imagine if ZywOo comes alive now and gets a couple of multis.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the he's on for an MVP rating finish here, isn't he? He's like on 1.4, 1.5, I believe.
He's top in the charts. Yeah, I think it's 1.5 5 something.
I'll bring it up.
Off the top of my head. But this is where the contrast is Flames, who was fantastic for OG throughout that group stage, great in clutches. He's struggling. He only has 5 kills. And as somebody who is as sharp as he is and brings that firepower, that entry factor, if he can step up now, this could be the deciding factors in the tail end of map number 1 here.
But yeah, I mean, it is super cool. Yes, 1.52 to confirm it. And the top 3 players of IEM Summer are doing battle here in the server right now for this semi-final. mantuu and Flames underneath ZywOo's name. mantuu knows what they're up to. Oh, it pays off. And he might catch the second. Chips away at Apex through the corner, through the lip of short. He's done a wonderful job there, mantuu. He's watched the demos. He knows what to expect. And such a perfect timing for the read. They want that early AWP frag, and it's come straight into the court of mantuu. Apex is choosing to fill the AWPing void. You can see he has the rifle to call upon should he require it, but this is just going to be purely based off the timing now.
That's the right call. His life here with that AWP on towards the ramp can be really jarring to deal with. And meanwhile, Masuda's pushing up a tunnel. So they're stalling this one out. 55 seconds. Upper tunnel's called clear, and they're just going on A. Yeah,
and there's going to be Kyojin and Apex to be dealt with. Flashes aren't bad. They do counter flash perfectly. Flames swinging in for the first, and it's only Apex's first as well. He's quickly kept silent, and the rest will pursue a save. So OG just that late burst on A. Doing enough elsewhere to keep those CT feet placed.
Yeah, and it was easy as just picking ZywOo, right? That stalled things out. I thought Apex was doing a pretty good job, right? You could overcommit there after you heard them flash and push around that corner, but tried to dip on back. And the execute came in very, very quickly after that Molotov. So both teams with some very reactive stuff, and when they're in a pack and they find that gap to punish, they're able to accelerate. Good to see Flames getting a kill as they enter the site onto Kyojin. Plenty of money here for Vitality going forward. I talked about it before. Apex still, even though he's in the grave right now, has 14.4. Going to get 1,400 more. It's almost at 16K, so max money for the in-game leader right now of Vitality. Things are looking pretty good in the cash department. And this was the kill here, so taking down Kyojin. Relieves the main pressure. Alexi with the trade. Good stuff.
An unspoken skill is what you just saw from Flames there, is while he was flashed, managing to still cover enough ground so as not be overextended to the long fight, but still being ready for when vision's restored to take the aggressive line.
That's the map awareness, right? These pros, a lot of them, you could task them with having their eyes closed and they could run around the map. Oh no.
ZywOo forces Alexi's closed, and so does Shox' AWP as 2 ring out across the map. Apex taking a very aggressive maneuver. You wouldn't expect it considering the fact that they've already got 2 entry frags, but here comes a twist of the knife. mantuu.
With the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's been audible, I think. Apex is deciding to just completely clear out long instead. So mantuu has no idea about this.
Well, this is a problem because the power position Apex had is gone. So he's not, surely he's not just going to push back through the doors, is he?
Yeah, baby.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah, well, they're not looking. And Apex is going to get perfectly timed with Shox baiting the shot. Bang. All attention drawn short now. However, with the death of Shox,
there's a gap.
There is a small gap. The window for which them to jump through. Apex is charging as fast as he can. It looks like they were considering it. mantuu's not looking. Neither of them are. It's a very hectic spray. It does give time for Nico to adjust. But Apex will finish things off. Vitality given the 12th. And it's a double kill from Apex and Shox respectively. The AWPs, however, both of them finding one. Alexi just caught out on that mid rundown. It's not common to see someone going for that completely unflashed, unsmoked, and unbothered. ZywOo took him down. OG 11, Vitality 12.
Yeah, they're going for tit for tat right now, and this is where things are going to get difficult for OG. Knowing they're up against the double AWP setup, their aggressive maneuvers early need to just be more than one player committing, because you need to be able to trade if they do give up that opening frag. mantuu sends out a warning shot through the doors, lets them know the big green's out again. Alexi is only down to a deagle here, and wow, catching a nade in lower dark flames. It's getting worse and worse for him. Chipped on down to 65. Vitality's starting to pick up a bit of speed here.
Yeah, Molly the right side of the door this time. ZywOo wants to be... Oh, completely flashed. They should finish him. Oh, they need it. They need it. They can't get it. No HE to follow up either. ZywOo lives on. Apex did get caught, and it looks like they want to flood the site here, Chad, or at least they're gathering to do so.
Well, they're just going again.
Oh my God, Kyojin, yeah, panic smoke, flash as well for survival. ZywOo's up close. The suppressing flash keeps him alive, but they're up to the site. Solid defense, a trade of frags. Their CTs are low and now sent lower. Everything connects for OG. On this bare bones buy, they've pulled it across the line. ZywOo's the final victim. 12 to 12, all right. Now we're cooking. ZywOo caught out, rare to see. Just a flashbang, he couldn't quite navigate back around the box in time. And after that, Apex death, I didn't quite catch, was he was holding short?
Apex in that situation. Shox was long, Kyojin was rotating. I think they all just flooded up through the smoke to try and fight. Yeah, they knew it was going to be that A hit. The double ops are out again, so Vitality not stuck in their ways, but they definitely think that this is one way to help them secure some CT rounds.
They want to peek it. Mantuu's holding it. Safe and sound. Shox gets the information and still posted up for the potential on Cat.
Same default here with lots of numbers through the lower tunnels, so avoiding that mid pick, and now pressure with Flames out the doors, punishing again.
Ooh. This is uncomfortable for the French.
Pulled ZywOo over, and Kyojin's had to rotate away from long as well, so a little bit of limbo here. Buffer for some cat control. Flashes are going to give that one away. How far will ZywOo push?
Oh, he wants it, doesn't he? They could have boosted mantuu up for this. He's in the right angle all the same. He's caught ZywOo once like this, but now they've fallen away, setting up nades. ZywOo catching Alexi just as he toes the line. That's a big trade from Flames. So much space for them to stretch their legs now. Kyojin locked into long with Apex. He actually wants to challenge. Flames stops the walk up, takes the fight. A big frag converted with the pair. Eco and Flames with a lot of damage. Apex trying to keep them looking long. It's Masuta and Shox to join him. One CT, one short. They'll have 3 different angles of assault for the retake. And here they come. Nico and Flames still defending. A great round from the new kids. Pair of frags for both of them, and it puts OG in the lead again.
Okay, back and forth we go once more. Shox has to save that AWP. That money that was so flush earlier is slowly being siphoned away. Apex love enough to buy. Shox can drop something. Masuta will be able to buy as well. So they can make this one work in the next round as long as Shox doesn't get hunted. And we can see everybody from OG still over towards the top of A. So no problems in that department whatsoever. And I talk about this every time, and I feel like it's been happening more and more in some of the recent games, but that's with the CTs getting broken super late. That CT economy could be a massive drama in the later stages of a game here. And the fact that they were willing to take these fights, you know, we've seen it go wrong, and we've seen it go right.
Yeah.
So there's obviously 2 sides to it.
And there's 2 sides to it right there in the semi-final. So sweet in victory, so sour in defense. We all know those feelings, even when we aren't playing in an IEM summer. This is the semi-final though, and as Alexi has alluded to with some of the pre-match stuff we saw, game feels very different in official. He used the word stakes. I think those stakes obviously higher for individuals and different for every individual. A lot to prove for themselves as well. Timeout taken. 10 seconds left now to get us back into the fray. Little rave for mantuu. He likes to listen to hard techno before he gets back into his timeouts.
Strobe lighting, it's the new feature of the timeouts. It keeps everybody awake. It's good to see. Innovation. Double ops continuing, and okay, that is a huge start.
That is a problem. Vitality are in a lot of trouble. Hot water for sure. Double ops are in place, so if they now twist this into a regroup and a bomb plant, I don't fancy Vitality's chances. It's about their decision-making now. What do you do? It looks like you want to set someone up for a long lurk on the bin, or at least he's having a look over. Never mind lurk, the bomb's joining him. Okay.
They can really just hit the brakes here. I think they're going to expect some re-aggression. It's hard to tell what type of reinvestment Vitality would be going for in a round like this, especially with the opening kill coming through that mid-smoke. So, information, not at an all-time high right now for OG. They're just hoping they're gifted something. Now, with both AWPs holding A, this could actually be pretty potent. ZywOo AWPing down long, Shox holding short, and they're gamble stacking A. This is the right call.
Okay, maybe that Apex loss may not be the be-all and end-all of round 26. Smoked off short. Alexi will have plenty of time as it fades. It's Shox and Masuta short side. Is Masuta playing CT, just for my own brain? Yeah, okay. So Kyojin and Masuta playing from there. And it looks like a bit of a cancel. So after lingering for so long, after no re-aggression...
all the way back.
But will Vitality
they're just going to gamble and save, right? There's no way that ZywOo is feeling brave enough to pick without teammates. So unless they swing and they clear it now, there's no way they're going to be back over towards that B bomb site. But I don't know what the tell is. How have they just gone, let's completely evacuate here? What did Alexi catch?
Well, could it be the fact that they continued to not have any info long? Like, it just meant that they would have to be actively holding it from site side? It's not enough of a queue.
I don't know, because we didn't see anybody from OG push past the long corner. We didn't see anybody from Vitality even pick all the way down. ZywOo was still very passive towards the top side. The only player who could have heard anything was Alexi mid doors. So I don't know what he heard or what he think he heard. But that is what facilitated the road. That has to be the only thing to road, because okay, no, there was no re-picking middle. Alexi didn't get pushed from lower tunnels. He didn't get pushed from short. That's about it. That's okay. Maybe I missed something there, but that is a fantastic call regardless. Just completely avoiding any opponents in a huge round. This is 14 on the board, and yeah, Vitality, of course, they have to save. Can't risk going for a round like this. And the fact it's lost just with Apex going down in the mid-smoke and then a gamble stack, can't get it done in an easier way. That's crazy from the international squad right there. I want to ask Alexi B why he made that call. Someone get him on the phone.
Yeah, well, we might do if he can continue this form into Mirage. Our second map and OG's map within the best of 3 over past the third, should we require it.
Did Alexi hear scoping? Like, could he have heard scoping? Like from shot?
He wasn't that close.
I don't think he was close enough. Anyway.
Did get close, but it was actually boiled down to just Apex dying on the cross. Valda will survive, at least until nades and bullets from Kyojin come into play. Oh, a lovely gap in that smoke if Kyojin got a little peak heavy. But Valda will get out of dodge. Nicely maneuvered by him. He's only got 9 points of damage dealt after having 3 players breathing down the back of his neck on long.
And Alexi's pushed all the way out mid here again. So just being an info in-game leader right now, if Masuda gets a little bit more aggressive, he'll go down to Nico. Nico will even have the advantage on this swing. It is the Shox back of plat that's the difference maker here for the trade, but...
Depends how well he manages his angles here. He might be able to expose himself to exclusively Masuda.
Yeah, it's curious to see what the blind spot is for Masuda. Oh, he's backed off. We won't get to see how that one pans on out, but a lot of pressure mid to B now. And they're just going.
Yep, straight in. And this time, Masuda cannot report a double and a missed shot from Shox. He won't get many more opportunities. He's just run down. Bombs delivered. It has to be the save. And so this means OG will be taking map point on Vitality's Dust2 here. This is impressive stuff. So not only a 9-6 half, they're looking to completely tie up with a 6th T round of their own.
Nico's already gone towards backyard, starting to have a bit of a look in here, but it doesn't look like they're willing to completely invest into this chase. Right? We're still halfway ticked. There is time for them to get a hurry on, but they would have to use that W key, let go a shift. It looks like OG are just going to let them hold on to the AWP, the M4, and the FAMAS. So this is actually really good for Vitality to stay threatening. They're going to be getting themselves 2,900 as a loss bonus in the next round. That's going to be enough for Masuda and Shox to rebuy. So they'll have yet another gun round, but they need to find some resistance. And that resistance might need to come through an aggressive maneuver. Now, I'm sure OG know exactly that. So let's see, are they going to go for something a bit more all-in, where they've been going for these early info plays, Alexi straight out the mid doors, aggression out long, or are they going to sit back and wait for the fight to come to them? Because Vitality haven't been opting to do that in the last couple. That it would make the most sense as the change-up here coming out of the timeout, the second one called.
They need a 3 rounds back-to-back slew. That saved FAMAS, not ideal. Apex will be equipping it. Certainly better off than getting caught through the doors cross. And OG, an opportunity to really get a leg up in the semi-final. Not too many semi-finals in Flames' history. This is going to be a really good feeling if he can start as strong as this against a team like this. Team effort so far from OG. Alexi just trying to monitor that mid-cross. He's brave enough to just tap away at the AK. Masuda is brought down just to 76. They're leaning B early. This could be a very, very good call to finish it all. What is Alexi cooking up here? Ooh. It could be an early one.
Yeah, they might just pop behind this. That's the smoke used already. The smoke has already been thrown on out. Shox is rotating on over.
I don't think you can silently get off this. He's going to loudly drop. Oh, as the nade
Maybe
pops.
The nade.
I think it might have actually perfectly masked it. Never mind. Still a bit suspicious. ZywOo sus on B. currently floating in that mid-doors area. Alexi's going to be dumping some util there to force, or at least imply control.
They're going to get short control for free if they'd like. And a lot of util has already been used from Vitality. There's a minute on the clock and stepping on in.
Mantuu's missed his. A small potential final fatal blow on Dust2. Missed out. ZywOo tucked into sight. Apex dropping a good and promising nade right onto their noses. And it synchronizes with not only ZywOo's bullets, but his nade as well. OG are bruised. They're
push lower.
battered. And more damage dealt. Shox and Masuta are here to fend off the rotate. Oh, Nico gets caught out on the jump. This one has fallen apart. And Vitality, 33.3 recurring, of course. Percentage of the way there. They need all 3 in a row. It is only mantuu being hunted down for his AWP, and he's going to lose it in 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, Apex not picking up the secondary AWP here, so just going to keep operating with the 1. And again, you can talk through some of that decision-making. As soon as ZywOo shoots at mid-doors, they think they can scramble and beat him over towards A, but ZywOo gets there in time. Look at this. Slowed down, nade lands. That's going to slow them even more so. Great stuff combining here and locking them down before they even get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, you compare that with the fact that they not only had long presence, not only had sight presence, but they also had the door locked behind them. There was no way out for OG. Started off so promisingly towards that under-defended B site. A lot of pace behind this one to start us off. Flames and Alexi completely demand short control. I don't think ZywOo's ready.
Oh!
What a shot from ZywOo! He barely got there. Just takes off the fine fringe hairs of Alexi B, and Kyojin now popping off as well. They may not clear this.
I don't think they will.
Valda's not expecting it. Completely caught out. mantuu trading at least something into a 1v3 and a very aggressive Shoxy. mantuu completely unprepared. Shox, however, does not finish his meal. Vitality are doing it. What's the final round going to look like for OG? They got cash to splash, so it's only a question of how much damage mantuu can do to the CTs here. Never mind, finish it all with just his mouse and keyboard in his hands. 58. 2 long side, 1 towards the lower tuns.
Yeah, this would be some clutch right now. You mentioned damage as well. That's also looking pretty good, so a couple more kills would be nice. Shox is re-aggressing through the long doors now, so might catch mantuu on a timing, just pivoting towards green box, looked away, and that's it. Shox will take him down 15-14. We've gone the distance. Bonus rounds looking extremely likely here for map number 1. Flames will need to be dropped a gun, but that's the only player who's strapped over in OG, and there's no dramas. They can make this one work. Nico has 9.7, and timeout being called right now.
Let's see this one nice. Again.
Oh, the pixel. Just the pixel of the head right there.
Wow. He chose a perfect time to be hitting shots like that. Will we see OT, or will OG finish it in regulation?
No long spawn again here, right? That, as a player, is taken out of the book just by the cruel hands of fate. So no long spawn means no aggression out long, which means they're probably just going to go for this same 3-man upper tunnel presence, 2 going lower. mantuu overseeing things, Valda outside along. They just tried something scrimmy in that round, right? They just tried to biff up Cat. Well, Vitality booked that. What's Alexi B got for this one? Rugger, the coach, having a chance to chip on in. It looks to be exactly that. Nico, Alexi, Flames, all over towards B. mantuu, top mid. Shox just listening close again, trying to get as much info as he can safely here. That's his whole job, is just to be calling the sound cues.
Oh, what's mantuu just
Wait,
done
that was
there?
through the door? That was just through the door, what?
Pressing his ear to the door has got him killed. Shox, the voyeur, sent to an early bed, and in such a crucial round as well. He's tucked in tight. mantuu's the one to find that opener. And Alexi can't believe his luck. They can do this in regulation now. It's starting to feel more real.
That is a gift from the gods right there. They have to be able to convert off the back of this. Vitality have split up into a 2-2.
Yo, Masuta jostles for control. He was ready and willing to take that fight. Apex tucked in on B as well. If they go now, Kyojin smoke should keep him at bay. That'll buy enough time for them to reshape. I say that as he falls off. Tucking himself now towards long side. Apex looking for info and answers in B, but it may be too late. 50 seconds. OG up short for the finish. They can still go mid. We know they like to do these late finishes through mid. Apex and Masuta long gone. Vacate B and start their campaign towards the short flank.
They're rolling down lower tunnels now.
They're going to be very hot on the heels. Valda to hold the flank though as they commit. First is easy for ZywOo. Util starts to drop, makes his life a whole lot more difficult. A high flash won't stop the plant. Mantoo's the one to stop the short fight. 3v2. ZywOo still hitting shots. It's Alexi aggressive. He's got 2 to handle. Kyojin on that ramp side. Valda trying to play the after plan. He's miles away, and Kyojin takes us to overtime. The French unwilling to fall. And so we go again. Overtime to separate them. This one keeps going. The semi-finals waging on. 16K MR3 right after our break.
I think one of the things that we've seen with OG this tournament is the firepower. And I don't just mean in terms of having sharp individuals who are mechanically sound, I mean their multi-frag ability. And if anybody was following OG with the roster that preceded this one, you take a little bit of look at mantuu, who came from nowhere, picked up primary AWP, and I think he's blown everybody away with his level of performance. We've got Valda, a man who once upon a time was considered, if Astralis ever needed a player, he would be the pickup from Denmark. And then Alexi B, the promised in-game leader from Finland. All of those pieces made sense. And you consider what we're seeing out of them now and what we're seeing out of them in this event, Flames and Nico coming in are much needed firepower upgrades.
Circ with a double, Alexi to clutch. It's not looking easy at all. Trying to reposition, the spray, Hatchie catches Circ, not the defuse, stabilizes! Flames, can you really be the full hero package? Oh, maybe you can. Takes down Stan. It's only 2 for Circ, and he takes the fight. Flames! They actually can do this. They're doing it. Circ, however, caught out, tries to deny the plant, finds Mihu. Flames is doing it. This is great.
Right now with OG, it's the bolstered firepower met with the classic way that Alexi B is in-game led. Very, very solid style of CS. The fundamentals are there, and now they even have that flair, so things are looking great for OG.
Flames won't be able to control both sides of this, and I say that, perhaps he's about to prove me wrong. Yeah, here they come, all into his spray, and he's up to 10.
By now, Alexi has had and Raga have had enough time to, figure out how to best use Flames and Nico. So I think they have a good balance of, they were always a team that's going to have structure, right, and just approach rounds in a sensible way, not play too loose, but also you always want to have players be comfortable in their roles and maybe some of the moves that they like to go for. You want to enable them to do that, and I think right now OG has found a good mix where they're stable, they have things to fall back on, but they also have rounds or plays or openings where they can let guys like Flames, who's incredibly talented, right, have a little bit more freedom and just make things happen for OG.
IEM Summer is a springboard to the tail end of the first season of 2021. If OG can go to that grand final, they can have a competitive run. It could do wonders for that confidence. And with IEM Cologne coming up as the way to close out the year, it could mean wonders to this team. It could really see them take that next step to being a championship caliber squad.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go.
The Intel Extreme Masters Summer 2021. It's OG Esports up against Team Vitality, and so far we haven't been unable to separate the two of them. It's Vitality's domain. It's their first pick of this best of 3, and it's our first semi-final of the day, so you're just in time for an evening of Counter-Strike. And hanging out for my evening of Counter-Strike is Chance Sponge Birchill. You just saw him on your screens, now you get to hear him in your eardrums. So we're heading back into the realms of Dust2, and it is of course 16K, so we're expecting to see, double AWPs straight out of the gates from the CT. Shox and ZywOo, they had success on it in regulation.
Oh, and now 1xBet odds favouring Vitality again, so back and forth we go, not only in the game but with the odds as well, and Shox is very aggressive here.
Ooh, and mantuu. He's always ready and raring to go.
Yeah, he said in chat with Shox there as they were just chilling out waiting for this to kick back off, that in the previous where he shot him through the door, the gun stuck out, so mantuu
nice.
maybe getting the gift.
ZywOo just taking Shox's place, in a sense. Just still posted up on middle, so you lose one, but you may lose a second. He's still standing after being flashed off the line. Timing's everything, and he does take Flames out of the round. Leveled up by ZywOo. Edge of the smoke checked. Mantu's got nothing to report. It starts to fade. The next 5, Apex will be completely out of the sight line of mantuu.
NiKo has to get across towards Xbox somehow, and ZywOo's watching this, so unless he wants to dump more of his util, kind of the easiest of passages. Alexi trying to make a play. ZywOo's been forced to rotate. They're forcing them around the map here, but if OG go towards A again, they're just going to keep running into this wall.
Lots of talking from Alexi.
Oh God, he's so brave. What is this?
Oh my God, ZywOo couldn't believe it either. Alexi's just taken matters into his own hands. He's playing a dangerous game as Alexi. A smoke for ZywOo to lurk around. Suta tested, even trades. They'll go into the site. ZywOo, though, could get caught here. Baits a shot, not looking for Alexi. Caught by Apex. This is a clutch they'll go for, no doubt in my mind. Pushing straight for the doors. Loudly trying to deny through the smoke, but on the reload, Valda's there. And so, the new kid on the block leans back in his chair and ready straight into mantuu's AWP. That's 3 from the, I was about to say British AWPer.
The Polish AWPer.
The OG AWPer.
Yes, it's a difficult one. I think the fact that he's turned his back on you, Alex, I guess that one hurts more than anything.
That's right. ESL didn't get the memo, so I will live on for one more tournament. This is his last tournament as a UK
Say that,
AWPer.
they might even adjust it between maps now.
Yeah,
so,
right, it's true.
See how quick they can net that one up. And NiKo's into a secondary AWP here, so this is curious. One of these is heading towards B. NiKo's heading towards long.
And it works! Off the spawn, using it to great effect, and the bonus money playing a big factor into their opening second round.
Well, those 4 AWPs still in play. Can Shox and ZywOo be that leveling factor here? We do stall out again. Coming back through spawn will be NiKo and Flames, and he's got an AK back in his hands. Alexi just doing it all again. The in-game leader with so much information close around the mid doors.
Valda's got a crucial role to play. It's just not the most glorious and glamorous. But you can see he's keeping Kyojin and ZywOo posted up and managed to survive the posted up AWP. A passive Molotov implies long is not occupied. And he actually starts to leave. Mid B, again, for the spotless. T half of overtime. Shox has the easiest of the first. NiKo's already tagged up, but he does not go down. Flames does. They're low, but not low enough. The site is theirs. They're in. ZywOo and Kyojin so disconnected from the pack, there's very little they'll be able to contribute.
This is where we might see a save. The fact that they have gone for 4 AWPs in 2 rounds on the Vitality side, it's quickly siphoned through the money for the likes of ZywOo and Shox. Kyojin's very loud. Alexi has a freebie here, but can't convert. Look at the HP of the other 3.
Yeah, I know, right? They won't be able to save in the site.
Well, they're still going for this.
Here they come. Oh, this is a bit intense now. Valda and NiKo aren't too phased. I think ZywOo will think better of it. mantuu somehow just got tagged down lower, and Valda will deny any saved AWP, so they'll have to juggle a little bit, but it's not like it's going to stop him.
I bet they're wondering, why couldn't we just win one of those rounds at the tail end of the half there? We could have avoided all of this overtime nonsense, because coming into this with all the cash that they could hope for, both teams with all the cash that they could hope for, and OG are the ones really turning the screws right now.
Whew, okay. OG again within touching distance.
They've got bloody 4 Dak-Daks and an AWP here.
Oh, trying to get across. Apex knows how much it can hurt. He's part of the old graffiti. It's no longer present. mantuu is posted up on this sight line as well. Shox was tagged, but it won't stop him just finding one in the hip. mantuu again bests him. In the head-to-heads of these AWPs, secondary or otherwise, mantuu is 100% above the others. And they're going for this triple boost as well. As the smoke will fade, they might have a good shot here onto Masuta. He won't be expecting this angle. Oh, spotted. They'll have to cross back, and that's the chance. He's missed it. 2 now on B. Oh, gee, that doesn't seem to be stopping them. They're setting up, and here comes an aggressive one from the CTs. They're walking straight in. Alexi with the pin pulled, and the mag unloads. Looking good. Partnering up with the sprays, the nade. Apex takes him down. Still got a 3v3. They don't have to commit. The double molly will force him into the scope. He had no options there. perhaps used the smoke a little better, but regardless, now they have maintained an advantage.
Oh, Volder's taken all this space over towards long. Hyojin just rotated back over towards CT spawn. He has to worry about short, mid doors, and now this flank coming on in.
He won't have heard that. He has no idea. And this time it's Valder looking for a perfect T-half here. Hard shots. Iwu will not knock the aviator sunglasses off in the first, but he will the second.
They still have to get across.
Not anymore.
Okay, I thought it was them having to cross long. No, it was Zywu having to cross the doors. Mantuu has been an absolute force.
Look at him,
26 kills.
He's actually top of the scoreboard.
Oh, I read Apex's kills there. Yeah, 27, bloody hell.
Top of the entire server, Mantuu.
The big man Ting. Oh, I guess we can't call him that anymore.
Man like Mantuu.
He's not Polish. I mean, he's not British anymore.
Well, he is, isn't he? He's got two parents, one from either side. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, just one round needed here for OG on the defense, and they looked pretty good in that first half. 9 to their name. Augs are coming out here, so a couple more scope weapons in play. So many nades early, just constantly being flung back and forth here. So no damage being found by that U2, which was huge in the first half for OG.
True.
Flames is coming close short.
Yeah, and it's synchronizing with Zywo's advance as well. Flames, you brave if you ever have a glance. Smoke bails him out. The bomb's long. You can see what they intend to do with this. OG currently actually in quite an aggressive cat setup. Stack nades. As the smoke fades, Flames is there, and they're not expecting this swing. Big element of surprise from that, and Flames nearly takes Apex down too. Oh, the spray's wild, but it does knock their head. They're crossing into the site. And a miss from Mantuu, but Alexi. Oh, he's being held by Shocks. He won't have much impact, I think. It's all about timing on that smoke push. Bombs going in. Alexi does not buckle just yet. Jump damage. Kyojin still standing strong. It's Mantuu with a frag. Now 2v2. OG can still finish this here and now. A light tagging. One long side. Shocks is low. It's down to Masuta if Shocks falls. Still on that ramp. Alexi can't contribute. Great crossfire. Vitality will take one. Survival. And again, just like before, they have to string together 3 in a row for survival. This is exactly how regulation played out. Oof. This time they're on the T side.
It looks so good for OG there as well, right? The timing on that cat push, you take out Zywu, the biggest man. You make life difficult. Apex is getting spammed through the smoke. He's getting pushed through mid doors. He even makes something happen in that moment, and then through long, just alleviate all that pressure, the sharp aim. Here we go again. It's a default spread once more. Nico hanging around close doors now. Volder patrolling B from outside the site. Alexi with some cat aggression of his own. Huge. That is a huge nade. 56 damage right there.
Yeah, that's wiped the smile straight off of his face into round 5 of our OT.
They're just letting Kyojin clear on his own.
Oh, Flames could fall on this. That's enough. That's enough. What?
Or is it?
You brave, brave boy!
He's gone back!
Who is this? He's so ambitious. He's very lucky to be alive now, though. I mean, Shocks has tagged him. He'll throw a nade back. Mission accomplished, though, I suppose. He's defended long.
Well, they know that 2 there as well. I think Mantuu and Flames both just dropped HEs, so are they going to react off of this? We have 50 seconds left. Masuda's still up in tunnels. They're going mid to B.
They are. Alexi's a little late on the incendiary. The flash might catch him. He tries to swing. They're so wide. Vitality man advantage. Flooding into Nico's spot. Catching one. Valder 2 blind. The flashes are so good. Supreme from Vitality. As a 17th looks almost a guarantee.
Oh, and the low HP of Flames could have been a difference maker in a retake here. I know it is a 2-on-4. Looks like he's just going to be hanging around in lower tunnels. Mantuu trying to save that AWP over towards the long doors. And I guess if Flames offers any resistance here, it could slow down that hunt. It doesn't look like Vitality want to get moving either way. And staying stoic in these pressure situations, right? Like the fact that they've had to do this 2 times now just to stay alive in the game shows that they're not willing to buckle just yet. You know, Mirage is coming up next as map number 2. That was the pick of OG. Questions now, do OG start taking the fight, right? Are they going to do something more aggressive? Will we see the AWP getting boosted up catwalk? Timing on this, you're right. If Alexi got that Molotov out, what, a second earlier, they are stifled in the door. Maybe one player pushes through. Maybe they have to try and extinguish with an extra smoke. But the pressure's on again, and another timeout taken here. Last timeout used by OG now. So if this is extended, there'll be no more timeouts for them to catch their breath, have a good chat with the coach. Talk about what's for dinner. Need to make this one count. Alexi yet to buy here. So as they're talking this one through, as I say that, just purchased into an M4. Was going to question if they wanted to bring out a secondary AWP on that CT side. Vitality, no dramas on their buy either, but they've just been going for that standard default approach, right? Spread out across the map, couple players around mid, one outside long, couple towards tunnels. So if OG can get away with an early pick on the CT side, like what mantuu was offering on that T half, maybe that's the difference maker, but it's a lot to ask a mantuu to keep delivering. Nobody over towards B early. Valde crossing late. Flames the only one long. Has to drop back. Immediately forced away, and it looks like Vitality are trying to finish things here.
Oy, oy, oy. Flames is tested early. So long lost. Last time, we've seen how OG can reshape their defense in reactions. Oh. And speaking of reactions, it's mantuu with a quick one. Trying to catch that cross. Smokes are deployed.
Oh, they smoked the same spot? Was that two smokes on the same spot?
Was it? There's a second now. And look how many OG players are posturing to swing and contest. They might even boost. Apex. Oh, a miss from mantuu. He can now lock it down short. Kyojin brutally murdered by util. He's got 1 HP to his name. It might not stop him from planting.
He's through.
Hello. 1-on-1. 3 for 3. Bomb's now down and ticking. Vitality to extend us into a second overtime. OG to finish it right here and now on Vitality's pick. The smoke is so good from Nico. Valda's already caught one. Apex and Shox is the old boys to defend their honor. mantuu falls off the boost. The shots are hit. Valda's done enough. And now pushing for the final blow. Shox, he adjusts for the first, and mantuu can't seem to find the trade. The smoke has worked wonderfully. M4 equipped, and mantuu has saved the day for OG. Just in the nick of time, they'll take it in OT for OG. Dust2 is theirs. And Vitality now on the back foot. This semi-final is a banger. Breaking it down to the desk, Kassad, Yanko, and Frankie. Waiting in the wings will be RB.